Hello and welcome back for episode 2 of Working Mum to Business Mum, helping working mums realise their dream of starting or growing their own business so that they can be more present in their families. I'm delighted to have you back for my second episode. I'm Debbie Lucas, and in this episode we will be talking about finding your why, your true motivation for wanting to take that step towards starting your own business. So, if I had to ask you right now, why do you want to start your own business? I'm guessing you'll answer with something like, I hate my job, or I want to earn more money, or I want to work less hours. And whilst these are all valid reasons, unless we dig deeper, and I mean really deep, to find out what your core motivation or why is, you'll be working on a surface level. And although it won't be impossible, it will feel harder sometimes, and your motivation to keep at it will slip. If you've signed up for my newsletter, you will already have a link to my Finding Your Why reflection prompts. You can also find a link to it on my website, coachingwithdebbie.com. If you don't have the prompts, a pen and paper will do just fine. After you have listened to this episode, I suggest you find 30 minutes of uninterrupted time and reflect on this question. Why do I want to start my own business? Once you've written that down, I'd like to ask you to consider, why is that important to me? And once you've written down that answer, ask yourself again, why is that important to me? And for each subsequent answer, continue asking yourself, why is that important to me? It may feel like you're looping and going around in circles, but stick with it. Eventually, you'll be able to tap into your unconscious and you'll come across a reason that will suddenly hit home. And I can tell you, it's very rarely the same as your first answer. Once you understand your why, everything else becomes so much clearer. And here's the best bit, so much easier. According to entrepreneur.com, approximately 20% of small businesses fail within the first year, with about half failing by their 5th year. Some scary statistics, yes, but if you're super clear on your why, your motivation and determination to succeed will increase exponentially, therefore greatly increasing your chances of success. So let's flip that statistic on its head. After the first year, 80% of small businesses are still operating, with around half still in existence by their 5th year. And I bet you for most of them, they're very clear about their why. You see, by tapping into that unconscious level, you're getting to the core of you, your values, and what really influences your beliefs, your thoughts, feelings, and actions. In NLP, or Neuro-Linguistic Programming, we talk about the conscious mind being the goal setter and the unconscious mind being the goal getter. Your unconscious mind influences around 80 to 95% of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. So once you understand what is really important to you in life and your family, you can work on your beliefs, which impact on your thoughts, which impact on your feelings, which impact on your actions. And actions, dear friends, are what lead to you achieving your goals of starting or growing your own business. Sounds simple, doesn't it? And it is on paper. But the reality of being really truthful with yourself and understanding yourself can be difficult and scary. Believe me, I've been there. I'm still on that journey. I have cried many tears. I've nearly given up because it was hard at times to peel back those layers of my identity that I've built up over time. But perhaps the best and scariest discovery about myself is learning why I am a people pleaser, ultimately never putting myself and my dreams first. However, now that I understand that about myself, I'm able to take charge of my dreams, but still remain true to what's important to me, which is my family. And indeed, I now know that because my family is so important to me, I need to go for my dream of having my own business. And here's why. Having been coached through the exercise of finding my why, I had a major light bulb moment. For me, it was not about earning more money than I currently make in my day job. What was most important to me was to have the time to be there for my family, to be more present, but also to have time to do the other things that are important to me, to not feel like self-care was a chore, constantly feeling on edge about what else needed done, not being able to truly relax into whatever it was I was doing for me. Of course, I still need to have an income. After all, the bills are not going to pay themselves. But I was able to establish that I want to earn what I currently do in my 9-to-5 job, but by working less hours so that I could be more present in my family. Guys, this realization seems so simple now when I say it out loud, but the impact it has had on my motivation to make it a reality has been phenomenal. I remind myself of it every time I feel like hesitating or wanting to quit because it's becoming too overwhelming, and I'm able to pick myself up and keep going. And so, like many of you, I know that I couldn't just step off a cliff edge by quitting my day job and giving up a steady income whilst establishing my own business. So I had to do the two hand in hand. And boy, am I glad that I didn't, because the reality and the learning that I've had to go through over the last 6 months would have meant little to no income, or becoming desperate to sign new clients. And as you'll learn with me over the coming episodes, desperation is not good when you're trying to grow your business. The other real struggle for me was trying to find the time to work on my business while still working full-time, managing household chores, seeing friends and family. At one point, my why was so strong that it became all-consuming. I would literally turn off my work laptop and turn on my own laptop to work on the business. Every thought was around my business. I even dreamt about it. And I soon realized that this was not healthy. My why had taken over and actually turned into the opposite. I was taking myself away from my family, so I had to find a balance, and we'll talk more about how to do that in a later episode. So, now that you know your why, write it out in big letters, or find a picture that represents it and put it up somewhere that you will see every day. Save it as your screensaver on your phone, set it as the background on your laptop, or gosh, even turn it into your password. Anything that will remind you of your why. You want to keep those feelings of excitement, positivity, joy, motivation, and passion alive. As always, you can find me on all your social media channels and in my Facebook group, Working Mum to Business Mum, and on my website, coachingwithdebbie.com, where you'll find the link to sign up to my weekly newsletter so that you can get any resources I mention in my episodes directly to your inbox. You'll also find a whole host of other helpful hints, tips and information, which I'm constantly updating. So why not join us over in my Facebook group and tell us your why? Before I go, a quote by Eric Thomas to leave you with. When you find your why, you don't hit snooze no more. You find a way to make it happen. Join me for my next episode, where I'll be talking about finding your superpower, turning your strengths, skills, knowledge and expertise into a business idea. If you like this podcast, it would really help me a lot if you can share it, rate and review it. And if you don't want to miss the next episode, which is released weekly, then hit that subscribe button. Until then, wishing you all the best.